Now I'm going to break work example 7A and B into two different videos because number B is much harder than A, only because we're working with fractions within long division. So what we're going to look at here, the reason if they say here we have to use long division, but even though if they didn't ask us long division, by inspection is so much harder. Therefore, I'm going to show you how to do long division, and then you can use it also when I have two polynomials of the same degree as well. So given that px, use long division to divide px by x plus 3. So I'm going to write this as a division problem. So I'm going to say this equals 4x cubed plus 6x squared minus 5x plus 9. Always leave spaces so that I have, let's say that 6x, let's say there was no 6x squared there, then you will just have 0x squared minus 5x. So please make sure that you leave space for every degree of x that is there. And we're going to divide this by x plus 3. Now I'm always going to look at the leading value of my divisors. So I'm going to look at x. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to now say x, 4x cubed divided by x. If you can't do it mentally, and you will see that in the second example, it's easier to do it this way. What I'm going to do is I'm going to say 4x cubed divided by x. So this is x divided by 4x, or 4x cubed divided by x. X comes self once and x cubed twice. So I have left 4x squared. That is what I have. In my second step, I'm going to now multiply this 4x squared to each one of my terms of my divisor. And that will give me 4x squared times x will give me 4x cubed. 4x squared times 3 will be plus 12x squared. And this is what we have to make sure that once I do this step, that every one of these have the same degree. Now I'm going to subtract, like we do in long division, I'm going to subtract the bottom from the top. And because I'm subtracting, my signs change. In other words, if this was a positive and I subtract a positive, it becomes a negative. And if I subtract a positive, it becomes a negative. So what I will have is I will have 4x take away 4x cubed, and this will give us 0. I'm going to change my pen color because I have plus 6x squared. So positive 6x squared take away 12x squared will give us negative 6x squared. What I'm now going to do is I'm going to bring this negative 5x down. It becomes negative 5x down here. I'm now going to divide minus 6x squared. So minus 6x squared, I'm going to divide by x. You can do it the same as what we did it up on the top. I'm going to say minus 6x squared divided by x. X comes self once and x squared x times. So my answer will be minus 6x. And I'm going to multiply this negative 6x with each of these terms. So negative 6x times x must give me negative 6x squared. They will always be the same. So the leading coefficient will always be the same. Negative 6x times plus 3 will give us negative 18x. I'm going to subtract. Once I subtract, my signs change because taking away a negative makes it a positive. Taking away a negative makes it a positive. That gives us negative 6x plus 6x gives us 0. Minus 5x plus 18x will give us plus 23. That's a lie. 18x take away 5 will give us plus 13x plus 9. Now I'm going to say what will be my x value. So x dividing into 13x. So it's going to be 13x divided by x. X comes self once and x once. So my answer will be plus 13. Now 13 is going to be multiplied by x. It's going to give me plus 13x. 13 is going to be multiplied by 3. It's going to give me plus 39. I'm now going to subtract. Once I subtract, this positive becomes a negative. Positive becomes a negative. 13x take away, or 13x take away 13x will give us 0. 9 take away 39 will give us negative 30. Now x cannot divide into 30. So if I have negative 30 and I divide by x, nothing can cancel. That's where I stop. Okay, so what is my answer? I can say that my final answer is 4x cubed plus 6x squared minus 5x plus 9. If I divide x plus 3 in that, my answer will be 4x squared minus 6x plus 13 and a fraction, and that fraction is negative 30 over my divisor, which is x plus 3.